Hi, everybody. Steve, the amateur heathen. I've only recently woken up, and we have a cat that's ready to eat, and I have my works dispersed all over the place. I just did 3 it felt long days at work. And now I have today off, so I'm gonna work on some stuff today, but very casually. And, you know, usually when I'm posting this because I'm posting a short to my regular YouTube channel a little bit later, and I just fixed it. So I don't know if you're one of these kind of people, you might be able to go back to my Steve the Amateur Historian channel and find this, because I know sometimes it takes hours for a clip to happen. But I cut about 3 seconds out of my most recent video, Dead Man Walking, on my Steve the Amateur Historian channel. If you haven't watched that, go watch it. It's you know, it's simple in its construction, but I feel like it's an interesting story, and that's primarily why I covered it. It also was something that happened near New Orleans, so I primarily researched it in relation to, before going on my vacation. But anyway, I just posted that video. It's already got about 160, 170 views, and I watched it on my TV, which is pretty big, but I know a lot of people watch YouTube on their TV, and I know a lot of people got TVs bigger than what I got. So this stood out like a sore thumb to me once I actually watched it on my big TV, because usually I'm watching it on my, 13-inch Mac screen. So certain little things are like, that big, when you see them on your computer screen. So when I saw it, so I turned it on. I just kind of wanted to scan. I sometimes just kind of scan through it, see how it looks, after I've already, looked it over and edited it and all that stuff and put it out there. And early on in the video, because I talk about these guys doing a service station robbery, I decided ahead of time, right before I started editing, I had this leftover footage I took of an abandoned gas station in Portland. It was one of those like flying A, something like that. And they have a very distinct look to them. They were very prominent in the early they were first half of like the 20th century. And this story took place in 1949. So I thought, video of an older service station, this can work as like stock video. Something very common. A lot of people will do stuff like that, except usually they actually get stock video from somebody else, whereas I was using my own stuff as stock video. And it's interesting because I posted this as a whole video on my YouTube channel. In fact, I may have reposted it to this channel, because it was a video I took a long time ago for the channel I had before my main channel, my previous Steve the Amateur Historian channel. And I never noticed it then, but I used a few clips of that while I was discussing this service station robbery. And as I was watching, about a minute 46, minute 47 in, all of a sudden I was like, I saw something. I'm like, oh. And I was like, wait a minute. This is live on YouTube now. I took a clip. I wasn't able to go inside the gas station, but you could look through the windows and see the interior. And it was obvious it had been kind of abandoned for a while, and there was just trash kind of strewn around. There was a piano in there for whatever reason. But one of the clips I used, I panned down from the, the doors that open so cars can come in, down to the floor. And you see this trash on the floor. And when I stopped panning the camera, there was a nudity magazine on the floor, open. And there was a woman who I think was wearing panties, but that was it. It was some full-blown, almost total nudity. Now, I think getting pissy and offended over nudity, as long as it's not being done in a weird or gross or, creepy way, I don't, like the fact that there's nude beaches, I think that's perfectly fine. Like, I really, like, honestly, I don't think this should be that big of a deal. But because it's YouTube, because you never know when they're going to turn their backs on you, you never know when someone's going to get pissy and offended and think that this was, and I don't need this shit. I really don't need the shit in my life. I got enough shit to deal with. So I was like, do I leave it there and just say, who cares? Because, like, I posted the video. It made it through YouTube's check process. The algorithm said it was fine. It's already a story about murder, and it didn't get ad restricted or anything. And there's obvious nudity in it. But, just small enough and down in the corner. So, I guess it slipped through the cracks. So I was like, do I say fuck it and just leave it up, or do I take it down? I was just like, you know, 'cause somewhere along the line, some mother's gonna come on and be like, you know, I respect you and my kids like your videos. I can't believe you'd put nudity on your channel. I know somewhere along the line that bullshit's gonna happen, and I don't need that shit. That's the kind of comment that's going to get a response from me. It's going to be like, well, maybe you shouldn't raise your child to be so, you know, I hate that, like, how am I supposed to explain this to my child type people? Because usually they're talking about something pretty shitty, you know, when they're trying to do that. Anyway, so I said, screw it. So I did clip that out of the video. It was just so funny because I'm just like panning and all of a sudden I see it and I pause. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I back up and I'm like, uh-oh. I turned to my cat even. I'm like, uh-oh. You know, it was first time for my channel. I can't think of any circumstances wherein nudity, a nudie magazine, something along those lines would pop up in my channel unless I was talking. If that was like a primary subject to cover for whatever reason. So, I don't know. I just thought, you know, I threw together this short video to put on my channel just for fun, but I figured I'd come over here and more like discuss exactly what it was, because this kind of crap doesn't happen on my channel, but I missed something. And so did YouTube. We both missed it. And I got lucky to catch it, but I'm like, the video's already got like 160, 170 views. If anybody's watching it on a screen remotely as big as mine, there's no way in hell they would have missed that. It's big enough. It catches the eye. So nobody commented on it, so maybe people are just watching it on their little phones or whatever, but I feel like at least 2 or 3 people had to have seen that. But whatever the case, I went in, I trimmed that part out. It literally cut 1 sentence out of the video that didn't really affect it. So the cut may look a little abrupt, but it doesn't, like, you don't lose a major part of the story. You're not going to get lost in what's going on. It's only like 3 seconds I chopped out. But anyway, that happened to me this morning. Or, I guess it's afternoon now. Yeah, because you need to get fed soon. So anyway, yeah, that's how the day, you know, I did a little bit of side work, and you know, it really probably doesn't matter at the end of the day. You know, I could have never checked this video and never known that was there. And, you know, I probably wouldn't have noticed till somebody pointed it out in a comment. Like, dude, did you know nudity? I'm like, what? Where? Yeah, slow way. Like, when you're showing the gas station. Oh, shit. You know, something like that. I really don't know. Anyway, just popping that in. Just to let you know how things are going. And, yeah, thanks. Oh, hello. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, she's getting real. This is what kind of starts happening when she's getting fed in like lunchtime's like 25 minutes. So yeah, you know she's antsy when she gets up on the back of the futon. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. You know, I just posted this for the heck of it. It's just a goofy scenario and I clipped it. So yeah, anyway, have a nice day. I'm gonna get back to work. I'll see you later.